Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is VIN0264, and this is by request for someone who just purchased this car. This is a 2016 1J2, which is liquid platinum. That's silver with LA20 black interior, and it's sold off market in New Jersey in January of 2026 to an owner in California. Has about 61,500 miles. And this was an owner that had his previous GSF stolen in California, in the Bay Area, where they all get stolen. And it was recovered. And that car is actually, that's the ultrasonic blue mica car that's still for sale here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for like $55,000, just out of their mind. But anyway, point being, this car replaced a previously stolen car, and he's taken measures to make sure that this doesn't happen again. Production statistics: 152 out of the 2,347 cars for the US 49 were liquid platinum. Of those, 90 had LA20 interior, black interior, which is 3.83% of all of the US production in this color combo. So like an 8 out of 10 for rarity, pretty rare color combination. For 2016, 115 out of the 1,417 cars were liquid platinum. Of those, 68 had LA20 black interior. So this car is one of 68. So it's a pretty common color for liquid platinum, but it's still pretty rare color. Carfax, Epic VIN, and AutoCheck. Carfax shows this as a 2-owner, no accident car, but it's now a 3-owner. It just hasn't been registered. I pulled a Carfax here in February of 2026. Epic VIN shows this as a 2-owner, no accident car, and AutoCheck also shows this as a 2-owner, no accident car. So now it's a 3-owner, no accident car. Previous sales. So this car first went on sale in December of 2015 for $88,000 in Maryland, and it sold in June of 2016 with 5,400 miles. So it was probably a dealer demo or general manager owned or something, which it had dealer plates on it. But it doesn't look like it was a Lexus owned car. The first owner, it was a lease, and then they returned it in July of 2020. And then it was listed in July of 2020, certified pre-owned, $48,500 with 41,000 miles, and it sold in October of 2020. And then it privately sold in January of 2026 for, there's no report, so only the owner would know, with 61,000 miles from New Jersey to now in California. So now into the photos. I can tell by looking in the engine bay, and of course looking at the side of it, that it's lowered. It's on coilovers, and it has Tom's Arrow and some other mods, shift knob, steering wheel, things like that. It previously had TE37s on it, bronze TE37s, which really looked awesome on this car too. But it looks immaculate. And I mean, it really looks like it was very well taken care of. And the carbon fiber trim from the photos that he sent me, the carbon fiber trim looks good. I mean, everything just really looks great. So it was a fantastic buy. Whatever you paid for it, hopefully you didn't pay too much for it, but it looks like a great example. So as far as the price goes, with the mods, I would probably put this car probably in like the low to mid 50s. That's where I would put it. If it was stock, it would probably be somewhere around $50,000. 60,000 miles, $50,000. That's kind of where the market is on these cars right now. I would say if you paid a little bit more than that, it's probably not too bad considering how clean of an example it is. But if you paid, 60 plus, you may have overpaid. So now into the service history. It's pretty well dealer serviced to 2022. But in 2022, it only had 59,000 miles. And then in 2026, it had 61.5. So no real red flags there. Just hasn't been driven much in the last 4 years. November of 2016, there was a noise that they noted. It sounded like a fan, and they found nothing. And I don't know if they're talking about the high pressure fuel pumps, like a chirping noise, or the low pressure fuel pump, which would be like a humming or a buzzing noise, but they noted it, but nothing was done. December of 2017, the right rear shock was replaced due to a thumping noise, as well as front and rear brakes. February of 2019, the JLB recall was done. So that's the high pressure fuel pumps. Most of these cars have that done. April of 2019, damage to the right front bumper, and they noted that it needs to go to the body shop, but they don't say what was done or if it actually went to the body shop. April of 2019, repaired cosmetic damage to all 4 wheels, 2 front tires due to hitting potholes, and there was a couple additional wheel repairs after that. July and August of 2020, certified pre-owned prep, front pads and rotors were done there. And in March of 2021, 50,000 miles, they recommended replacing the rear pads and rotors, quoting them $1,531. Again, that's dealer prices, they're crazy. You can do it yourself for like 300 bucks. They recommended replacing the rear and it was not done there. May of 2021 at 53,000 miles, the low pressure fuel pump was reprogrammed. So there's the buzzing. So we got the high pressure fuel pumps replaced under the recall, low pressure fuel pump reprogrammed. So all of the issues are resolved there. July of 2021, 55,000 miles, transmission was serviced and rear brakes along with the 60,000 mile service. It doesn't say whether or not the spark plugs were done. I would kind of assume it was. That's part of the official Lexus 60,000 mile service. July of 2022, 59,500 miles. They note again the 60,000 mile service. Coolant, transmission was done. So coolant was done, transmission was done, differential was done, drive belt was done, and notes that says, see Scott H. Hey, that's me. But it's not really me. August of 2022, at 60,000 miles, they replaced the AC high pressure line and recharged the system. Not sure what happened there, but something that's addressed. And on Carfax, several paint corrections or paint protection events, so Car Pro or Ceramic Pro, things like that, and tires at 58,000 miles. New tires again in January of 2026 at 61,415 miles. So what is not done? The front lower control arm bushings, I would assume this car being lowered, it's probably already got those upgraded. It just hasn't been mentioned. But if it hasn't been done, probably want to look at replacing the front lower control arm bushings. Valley plate, don't see anything about the valley plate being done on this car. So put money aside for that in the future. I don't see, it could be at an independent mechanic, $1,500 up to at the dealer, $2,500, $3,000 plus dollars. I had a quote on my blue car to get it done at the dealer, $2,400. The carbon fiber is all original. So if any of it is delaminating, it doesn't look like it is right now, but it could potentially in the future. Otherwise, it looks like it's pretty much ready to go. The 60,000 mile service is done, the trans is done, the differential's done, spark plugs are done, coolant, tires, brakes not too long ago. It's pretty well ready to go. So not only that, it's exceptionally clean, it's accident free. It looks like a fantastic example. So would I buy? Absolutely. This is definitely one of the good ones, and I would not hesitate to pull the trigger on this one. So it definitely has potential to be a great one. So to the buyer, I tip my hat to you. You definitely did well on this one, assuming you didn't pay too much for it. But even if you did, I'd probably pay a little bit extra for this car because it's such a great example. So that's VIN 0264. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon.